Ladies and gentlemen, we have any fans of robot boxing here today?
The movie takes place in the year 2020.
Even though it's slightly in the future, it's not a very different world to the one we live in today.
What really merits praise and attention is the design of the world.
I'm trying to find examples of industry that are somewhat timeless, that these robots would make sense and feel at home in. The future is not an erasing of the present, it's just a layering on old society.
This movie's not the future as it's normally presented in movies, which is, for lack of a better shorthand, that kind of gunmetal gray Minority Report desaturation.
You know, we're not all flying around in floating cars. We're not all wearing silver from head to toe. You know, there's nothing to alienate the audience of today.
We worked on a look that became what Tom calls retro forward. That is this kind of collage of past and the iconography of a kind of retro America and the future that needs to exist for this sport.
We're trying to just show a really amped up version of this Americana. There are buildings that have been here for 50 years, 100 years, and they'll be here for another 50 or 100 years. So here in our near future, we wanted those things to stay familiar, but what does change very rapidly is technology. Even though we have this giant robot leg hanging here and the chains and the mechanics, we mixed it with things that, again, everybody finds kind of timeless.
You know, everyone watching today is gonna recognize the world that they live in. They're just gonna feel like it's just evolved slightly, the way it does usually over 20 years or so.
We looked at the conveyor belts here, and I thought that in a society that's very green, where we reuse and repurpose, that this would be a high-tech recycling facility where all these materials would come, they would be processed, they would be sorted, and then they would be shipped back out to be repurposed and reused. Perfect place for Charlie to come and find parts to build a robot. I kind of reimagined Madison Square Garden. The whole idea is to create a ring that is as high-tech as the robots. And so what this is taking that human ring and putting it on steroids and really giving it some heft to deal with these heavy robots. Ultimately, the design of the film won't hit you over the head. It's not really creating flying cars. It's really the sense that, for the most part, I think it's going to just be a buildup of what we already have and a layering and kind of an advancement. So that's how I'm kind of trying to create the future.